All right. Okay, new video here. New video. Let's go see what Stephanie Peebles is going to do with us here, or do for us, or something like that. Like, we have her as a contact. We're level 50 vigilante right now. And let's just go see if she's gonna give me a mission? I wouldn't mind doing that, because the Ring of Peebles is a real nice temp power. Oh, we need to punch him. The Ring of Peebles is a really nice temp power. Like, it's pretty good. But I can't imagine that the game is gonna give me the Striga Isle arc hero side when I'm level 50. We're like 20-something levels too high for this. So let's do the experiment. If the experiment fails, that's okay. We'll go do something else. I just gotta know. And I wanted to, now that I see this, you know, I kind of want to just share it with you. Hello and welcome. No, she's just gonna give us Unai Kemen. Okay, well, never mind. Kinda lame. Kinda lame. But now we know. We are not gonna go do Unai Kemen's arc. That'll take us like 20 years. I guess one thing we can do real quick, though, is a comparison of the Dark Astoria intro arcs between heroes and villains. Yeah, she's the first in the hero side Striga stuff. I have no idea why she was a contact on my contact list. Like, it doesn't make a lick of sense to me why she was there on my contact list. It's just sometimes wild things happen. I must have flipped... Wait, I did flip hero for something, didn't I? When I went to do the Drowning in Blood, those were hero Drowning in Bloods. I had to become a hero to do that. I bet I picked up her on my contact list then when I did that. Right? Because I wasn't incarnated for that yet? I don't remember. Anyway, we'll come up here and talk to Captain Nolan, and I'll just show you what the hero side Dark Astoria intro looks like. It's very similar, like it parallels the villain one, but it's also a little bit different. So talk to Nolan, who's looking very cool here. Like, he's got the beard, he's got the hat. Okay, hi guys. You wanna just not do whatever you're doing here? Thank you. Tabas, thanks for coming. The situation we have calls for someone of your power low. Let me explain. We've had a series of deaths in Paragon as of late. So now, villain side, when you're introduced to this, it's a death threat made against you. Here, it's, hey, we really need help. So there's like a fundamental difference between the sides coming through. Ready to shut the doors to Dark Astoria. The autopsy reports say that some of them were suicides while others were murders. However, the one thing they all had in common was some sort of religious symbolism behind all the deaths. The victims believed they had done something wrong and deserved to be punished. We sent Detective Hop to investigate. So, if you remember when I was going through Dark Astoria, we ran into Detective Hop a couple of times. In fact, we kind of saved his bacon to investigate the case. Sometimes gone missing. We sent some heroes to check it out, but they've gone too. We've requested help from a small supergroup, but, well, they're also missing now. Well, I've asked for your help. Now that you're an incarnate, whatever's going on there is bigger than us, Tabez, and I think it has to do with whatever's flaring up in Dark Astoria. A man's body's been found in nearby Allen Peregrine. It looks like he jumped to his death off of one of the apartment buildings. Wouldn't say he was mumbling something about sin and bird before he jumped. Oh, hey, this is very appropriate because we were just listening to a song about that. Weird. Isn't that weird? It's a little weird. I think it's a little weird. This pattern we've been seeing, yada yada, about this Dark Astoria. Ah yes, something has happened in Dark Astoria some time ago. These monsters begin to spill out of the gates. Monsters more powerful than anything we've seen before. Blue Steel and a squad of our super PPD Keldians held off the monsters as long as they could. It was obvious we were fighting a losing battle. Steel ordered we shut the gates, and here's investigate, yada yada. The Midnight Squad set up a portal in Paragon for those who are looking to investigate the Cursed City. So that's the tunnel network. I believe whatever caused these monsters to appear in Dark Astoria is somehow linked to the case. So, villain side, you're like, okay, this dude is trying to kill me. You talk to Deus, yo, Deus, where's this guy at? Yada, yada. Hero side, it's very different. Hero side, it's just like, yo, there's a crime to investigate. There's stuff going on. So, different tone. And it's a tone that fits the different sides. Now, you can read all this text, but it doesn't really matter that much. Something, something, you saw horrifying monsters flying at the yada, yada, yada. Alright, moving on. Then villain side, you're looking for operative, whatever his name is. Hero side, you're like backtracking for that guy. Okay, so we're going to the docks. As opposed to bouncing around Granville looking for him. And you get to the docks and start levitating. Like that, like a professional. We're a professional levitator. There we go. We click on the boat and that gives us a clue. And the clue says, go to apartment 113 where the guy lives. So now we're going to apartment 113. For the record, I actually really like it in City Heroes when the game does stuff like this. Like, it's not necessarily content I really want to play all the time, but content where the combat is not the primary focus is just very refreshing. Now from here, we become even more like the villain stuff. We come in here, go to the dude's apartment. Then there's like a path of candles. Okay. And we follow the path of candles. Click here. Voila. We got, I think this is David Hazen, right? Who are you? No one. I was somebody who tried to save the world. Yeah, this is David Hazen. So you can talk to him if you want. We probably did that villain side. Or you don't have to talk to him at all. You just run straight through. So you get to this thing, and then that eyeball slurps into this tunnel. Then you follow the tunnel. Remember, this is exactly what we did villain side. We fall, and then we get pooped out into Dark Astoria with all of our toggles turned off. So, let's toggle up real quick. Now, villain side, we basically like had to turn around and we looked and there was a car. And that was like, oh, cool, there's our sign of life. And then we went and we found like a beat up or a circle mage or somebody that was getting beat up. And then that led us to Maharaj. Well, here, for whatever reason, we got to run a half mile this way. Look how far we got to go to get that from Shaw. Like, they could have just dropped us here. How am I supposed to, like, realistically speaking, how are you supposed to intuit that there's a guy named Ephraim Shaw over here that wants to talk to you? Did we get a clue or something? No. So how does this even make sense story-wise? It doesn't. That's okay. Tabez, please make your acquaintance. My name is Ephraim Shaw. I represent the broader interests of Midnight Squad. Here is the Heart of Darkness. Our stores in turmoil, Tabez. Everywhere one looks, there is death and chaos rising to claim this world. My mind's eye is capable of ferreting out the source of this darkness, but my powers alone cannot banish it. Command Squad has tasked me to seek out spirits of great power and request their aid. If your aim is to turn back the tide of death, we have a common goal. I'll be here to fight against the darkness that emerges. However, if you wish to get to the bottom of what's happening, I would suggest finding Heather Townsend. She is helping 2 of my associates with the matters here in Dark Astoria. And then it tells us he's a reputable contact, yada yada. We get missions from him. Just like Maharaj. And then he sends us all the way to Heather Townsend, so we're going to go talk to her just so we can clear this contact out of our to-do list. Kind of like one of the reasons we did all of Max's missions was so that, well, he would be my contact list. Because if you don't click through all of Max's missions, then he just stays on your contact list, but you can't do anything with him. I don't know why. That's clearly a bug. I don't know why it's not fixed yet. Top has read, I've heard everything about you. My name is Heather Townsend. See, she's a lot nicer. It's nice to see a friendly face around here. She's no longer like, oh man, you're a villain. Entire supergroup gone. Mysterious apartment, I see it. Whatever in the city allowed you to come here, perhaps to destroy heroes, well-known and powerful like yourself. Yeah, well. Gonna answer or anything, yada yada yada. When I entered the city, something felt wrong, more than usual. You look, if you want to read all this, you can pause the video and read it. We're gonna move on with our lives because this doesn't really matter. We've already done all this stuff. And she's just like, otherwise exactly the same contact. So that's it. Like, that's the Dark Astoria intro arc. It's very similar to what villains do, but it's very clearly like the hero version of it. You know what I mean? Also, wow, I didn't realize doing that got like the full story arc reward. We just made 275,000 XP. That's incredible. That's pretty incredible. That's 100,000 inf, man. For basically doing nothing but goobing around. I like it. I like it a lot.